Let's talk about health. Health and well-being. There is physical health, psychological health, and spiritual health. You can have health in one area, but not in another. Your body may be healthy, doing very fine, but your mind can be disturbed in one way or another, anxious, depressed, over-energized. Disturbed by thoughts and feelings. So there is mental health, or spiritually. You can be spiritually unhealthy. This is a little more abstract, a little more difficult for many people to comprehend spiritual health. When you do not have spiritual health, your spirit becomes discouraged. It becomes suppressed. You do not feel as if your being is alive, as if your vitality of spirit is being expressed in your body and your mind. When your spiritual health is not good, there is too much of tamas, the static force in the mind, and darker thoughts occupy the mind. And the body also is affected. It can become stagnant or overly agitated. So spiritual health affects the body and the mind. And spiritual health requires you to have some type of internal connection which provides you with association with your own being and with the divinity that lies within. And from this connection, there is love. There is a feeling of love, a feeling of generosity, a feeling of loving kindness, compassion. And it permeates the body and the mind. And the actions begin to be kind-hearted. The thoughts, good thoughts. And the good thoughts heal the body. And the kind-hearted actions bring balance into your life. Without this spiritual health, without this connection to your divine source within, you become dry, like a old parchment paper. You lose vitality. You lose aliveness. And then the spirit becomes suppressed. You do not feel as if your entire being is finding expression. So spiritual health creates psychological and even physical health. But if you do not have physical health, it is very hard to manifest your spiritual being into your body-mind expression. So, first and foremost, you must take care for your body, that it is healthy, that it is well fed, cared for properly, receiving proper nutrition, receiving proper exercise. And when the body gets its needs met, the mind becomes balanced, the emotions become balanced. And it becomes a proper vehicle in which to express your spiritual being. So for a yogi dedicated to their connection to divine source, to the innermost self, there is a need to take care of the body, take care of the mind, and take care of spiritual being. Because it is when all three of these are in balance and in harmony that your spiritual progress is most developed, and also that your life is filled with happiness, well-being, and your capacity to have compassion and to express loving kindness, to contribute positively to the world, goes up. So that is why in Ashtanga Yoga there are 8 limbs, and of those 8 limbs there is the dedication to the body in asana, to make the body through proper postures and exercise, to make the body strong and firm and capable to sit for meditation, to bring health and balance to the body, to balance the glandular system so that the body remains in a vibrant and healthy state. That is the purpose of asana or yoga postures. But to further the mental development of a person, the yamas and the niyamas, the capacity to understand the meaning of truth, the meaning of harmlessness and loving kindness, to live a balanced life where you do not acquire beyond your means or desire that which others have, but you find contentment in your own life. Those abilities create mental harmony and balance. And so the practices of the yamas and the niyamas are for the mental health of a person. So that when there is good physical health in the body through regular practice of asana, there is good mental health through practices that establish you in these fundamental qualities that balance you. Truthfulness, loving kindness, compassion, harmlessness. Being content with what you have, not grabbing what others have, and not trying to secure yourself by accumulating endless amounts of things and dedicating your life to material. When you begin to balance all of these factors in your own psychology and be able to practice them, the mind becomes quieter, calmer. Then the niyamas come into play, and you develop a certain purity of your thought, capable of taking care of your body in a pure way, taking care of your mind and your thoughts. You become capable of contentment, capable of expressing loving kindness, selfless love for others, of doing things that aren't just for your own personal ego development, but are truly kind and selfless and giving towards others. That is tapas. And you become capable of studying your own deeper nature your interest in this grows. That is svadhyaya. And finally, surrender to God, Ishvara Pranidan, letting go of your control and your ego attachment, dissolving into the one. These are the things, this is the formula for psychological health. And for spiritual health, you learn to concentrate your mind, dharana, to bring yourself into the flow of positivity from that ocean of vitality and love and bliss that is the divine source. You learn to tap into that source and ride it like you are in a rubber tube floating down a river. You melt into that flow. And finally, you dissolve into your focus of concentration. You develop your sense of unity and wholeness. And from this, you gain spiritual health because you are tapping into that vast, eternal, omniscient source, which is the source of all love, all vitality, all joy. And when you tap into that, it spreads through your body and through your mind, filling you with bliss and love. These practices together, these 8 limbs of yoga, they establish a balanced practice for body, mind, and spirit. When you dedicate yourself to having practices to balance yourself in all spheres and to create health and well-being in physical, mental, and spiritual spheres, then you acquire the ability to live a truly human life and to realize and to recognize your full potential in this life. Human life is very rare. It is a gift. Your life is a gift of grace. A beautiful opportunity to fully be all that you can be, to give all that you are to the world, to share, to love, to learn to love so deeply that there are no divisions, no separations, and that your spirit is in full connection. And that incredible source of love and light, that omniscient beingness pours through you. And you find your unity, your wholeness, your way. That is Dharma. That is following the Tao. That is yoga. All right. Are there any questions?
Beautifully said.
Mm-hmm.
Beautifully said.
No questions?
Mm-mm.
All right.